welcome to the channel. Thank you to everyone that's tuning into this video. Ever since I was a little boy, I've always been fascinated about the world when it comes to the history, the geopolitics, and the tourist sites around the world. I mean, like all the different countries. And at some point, I was conversant with almost all the capitals of all the countries in the world. But as I've gotten older, I've lost some interest when it comes to that. But I'm trying to rekindle that fascination that I had when I was a little boy. Starting this channel, I'm going to be embarking on a journey of learning about the world, more about the world. I know a lot, but I don't know enough. So I want to learn more about the world, and I hope to entertain you guys while doing that. Due to what is going on in the world right now, I was thinking of the video that I should start this channel, and I felt it was ideal to start with videos that relate to what is happening currently in the world. Before I continue the video, just to say some quick words to people that are going through any war situation. My heart and prayers are with the victims, and I hope we soon get a peaceful resolution to this problem. So today's video, I'm going to be reacting to what if Russia starts World War III. So let's get into the video.
What would happen if the largest country on Earth decided it needs more territory and power? Well, it might just go to war over it. What country could Russia invade first? What would be the plan of attack? And what's the most dangerous weapon in Russia's possession? This is What If, and here's what would happen if Russia started a war. Russia...
Guys already chilling, just listening to this live. I mean, if you look at Russia on the map, very large country, I would wonder why they would want more land. Seriously.
Already takes up 1/8 of all the inhabited land on the planet, and now it has its eyes on one of its European neighbors, Ukraine. Historically, Ukraine and Russia have been in conflicts before. Most recently, Russia annexed the Ukrainian peninsula Crimea, and then it backed a separatist rebellion in eastern Ukraine. Now, Russia doesn't want Ukraine cozying up to NATO. It wants NATO out of Eastern Europe, period. And even though Russia isn't a member of NATO to make decisions on such things, with one of the most powerful militaries in the world, Russia might feel like it can play by its own rules. Okay, let's back up a little. First, you might be wondering what NATO is. Well, NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and right now it includes 30 members. The United States, Canada, Netherlands, and the United Kingdom are among them. NATO's goal is to keep the peace.
Let's be real here. NATO is basically the United States. I mean, we are being honest. They make all the rules when it comes to NATO, at least from what I've seen. I'm not saying the other countries have no say at all, but it's basically United States. So, like right now, with the conflict that is going on, with all the uncertainties that Putin may have, it's basically Russia versus the United States. If we are trying to be, straightforward about the whole situation. So it's unfortunate anyway, because these two countries have a history when it comes to the Cold War. I know about the Cold War. Not that much about it, but I know some of it, and I've always felt that these two countries will eventually go to war, eventually. But unfortunately, both countries hold 90% of all the nuclear weapons in the whole world, if I remember correctly, and that will be devastating to the planet if both countries go to war. But the way I've seen it from how things have been, and we have to understand that NATO was created because of Russia, originally, because of Russia. Maybe you could call it a defensive alliance, but at the end of the day, it was because of Russia. So, or the Soviet Union. So, I'm the kind of person that I'm a glass half empty kind of person. I'm not a glass half full kind of person. So I'm always a bit pessimistic sometimes. It's not the best attribute to have, but it's just how I am. I just feel like I feel deep down. I just feel that eventually these two countries are going to go to war. But I hope it doesn't. I hope that is not the case. I hope I'm just being paranoid, but I hope it doesn't happen.
Peace and make sure no member of this alliance gets invaded by an international military force. You know, like that time Russia took Crimea from Ukraine. Now, Ukraine is not yet a member of NATO, but it has shown interest in joining it. And that doesn't sit well with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Putin is already a little freaked out that NATO is training Ukrainian troops and some members are supplying its army with weapons. So he's decided to go about it with the good old method of persuasion. He's threatening to start a war. Now, with a defense budget of 42...
Well, he's already started the war. I guess this video was 1 month ago or so. Yeah, he has already started the war.
$1 billion? Russia puts a lot of love and money into its military. Russia's army counts 3.5 million recruits. And it has tanks. 13,000 of them. No other country in the world has this many. Russia also has 27,000 armored vehicles and ranks first in the world with its 4,465 artillery guns. And then there's also Russia's nukes to worry about. All 6,257 of them. These can be launched from aircraft, subs, or missiles. But if Russia decided to attack, chances are it wouldn't start on land. No, the first strike would likely come from the air. This could level electricity stations and bridges, obliterate rail lines, and cripple the economy of any country attacked. In addition to this, Russia's naval fleet is nearly unmatchable. Their nuclear-powered submarines alone, parked along a coastline.
I don't know how accurate that statement is in terms of Russia's navy being, or their navy fleet being unmatchable. I think I'm pretty sure that United States are like, their navy is basically like 3 times greater than the second largest navy. I think maybe I'm exaggerating, but I think the United States holds it when it comes to their navy. I don't think it's close.
Could pose enough of a threat to anyone thinking about taking them on. Depending who the targeted country is, of course. If Russia attacked Ukraine, NATO would likely respond with heavy economic sanctions. But Russia has allies of its own. It's a member of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, or CSTO. This is a group of 6 former Soviet states in a NATO-like alliance. It also has Cuba in its corner. And if things should get really testy, Cuba would be a key hub for Russian troops looking to do some damage on US soil. It's pretty scary when 100,000 Russian troops are standing on your doorstep. But this likely wouldn't be a war to wipe out the country. Chances are, Russia has something to gain from it. It might be natural resources or political leverage. Whatever it is, the plan...
Yeah, that statement is very true. Like, I think the video was, obviously the video was made before the war started, but it's very, very clear that Russia are not trying to totally wipe out Ukraine. That's not what they're trying to do. Yeah, people are dying, not trying to minimize the damage that is being done. But let's be real here, if Russia really wanted to level the country, they would level it in 2 days. I mean, but obviously they don't want to level the country. They are trying to take over the country, so they still want the people to still be there. You know, they still want people to be there. So I hope one of my biggest fears right now is I don't think Putin is the kind of person that will give up, that will surrender. And if he sees that he may be losing, who knows what he might do. So it's a very scary situation, and I hope this is resolved as soon as possible.
Wouldn't be to obliterate every target in its way, only to do enough damage to make their point. In the case of Ukraine, it could shut down the Ukrainian economy. But they could do that with minimal forces on the ground. War is also not fought the same way it was even a decade ago. It can be much more covert. Hack attack, anyone? Now, if you worry about those Russian nukes, well, I might have an idea of how to rid the world of them. How about nuking a volcano? You know, in the name of science. Go on.
Alright guys, I mean this kind of situation, it's really critical, and I don't know what's going to turn out, what's going to turn out of this war. I really hope that the situation is settled as soon as possible and everything can go back to normal. I mean, it's not going to go back to total normality, of course, but hopefully this can, so that civilians can stop dying. I mean, I can't imagine being in a country that is being attacked. I don't even know what to say. Anyway guys, this was the first video for the channel, and hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to start posting videos, and I hope that you guys join me on this journey. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.